Hi everyone. Hope you all are good. We are here for grade 8 math. You can find all the lessons on aplusstudents.com. You have to log in there using your email address and password as provided by the administrator. Then you have to select math from the subject tab. Scroll down to grade 8 math and then click on view all lessons. There you can find the list of the chapters. We're going to start with the chapter 1 variable inequalities. The lessons we're going to cover today are graph solutions to one step inequalities, solve two step inequalities, solve multi step inequalities, and graph solutions to multi step inequalities. So please make sure you have your notebook and pencil so that you can note down the important examples and definitions as well. Here I'm on grade 8 math. Chapter we are on right now is one variable inequalities. Let's just start with the lesson that is graph solutions to one step inequalities. So now we're going to learn how do we graph the inequality, right? Let's just start with the first example that is w, w by 4 is less than equal to 8. So when you solve this inequality, you have to multiply 4 other side, right? So that is w is less than equal to 8. That means w can be any number. Okay, so that means w can be any number that is less than 8 and 8, right? So you have to plot the graph. Two things you need to see. W is less than and equal to 8. Less than means the graph must be pointing on the left hand side because they are all the numbers that are less than 8, right? So the graph must be pointing on the left hand side and there must be an filled in circle on the 8 because W is less than equal to 8. If you have less than or equal to, you have to make filled in circle, right? Otherwise you just need a graph. Let's just start with the test questions. Let's see how do we graph them. Okay, solve the inequality and graph the solution. R minus 3 is greater than 1. So just solve this inequality. Then R is greater than 1 plus 3. So that is R is greater than 4. So you have R is greater than 4. You don't have an equal, right? So that means there must be an open circle on the 4. And R can be any number that is greater than 4, right? R is greater than 4, so there can means there can be any solution that can be your solution, right? So the correct option is option number 1 is the correct option. Very good. Okay, the next one is solve the inequality and graph the solution. So first we have to solve a plus 2 is greater than 3, so move 3 other side, so that would be a is greater than 3 minus 2, so a is greater than 1. So which is the correct option, option 1 or 2? Just look at the graph. Which is the correct option? A is greater than 1, right? So the correct option is option number 1. Option number 1 is the correct option. Okay, the next one is very good. Solve the inequality and graph the solution. W by 4 is less than equal to 2. So which is the correct option? That is W is less than equal to 8, right? So which is the correct option? Option 1 or option 2? Which is the correct option? Option number 1 is the correct option, right? Very good. Solve the inequality and graph the solution. So which is the correct option? Very good. That is option number two. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move on to next lesson. And the next lesson is that is solve two-step inequalities. So let's just see how do we solve two-step inequalities. Let's just start with the lesson. So start with the first example, that is solve for w, that is 10 is less than equal to 3 minus w. You have to evaluate this inequality with for w, right? You need to add w both sides because you need to make w positive. So when you add w, you have 3 minus sign, that is 0. You are left with 3 only. So that is w is less than equal to 7. Let's just start with the test questions. So 1 is greater than 2 minus s, right? So 1 is greater than 2 minus s, just add s both sides. So minus s plus s cancel. You are left with s plus 1. So move 1. That is s plus 1 minus 2 is greater than 0. 5 minus 1 is greater than 0, right? Minus 1 it is. So s is greater than 1. Option number 1 is the correct option. That is s is greater than 1. Option number 1 is the correct option. Solve for p. So which is the correct option? Very good. That is okay. I will explain. Sorry. That is negative 2 is less than equal to 4 minus p. So first you need to add p both sides, right? Because you need to make the p positive. You need to remove that p from here. So opposite to addition is the opposite to subtraction is addition. So let's just add p minus p is 0. Negative 2 plus p is less than equal to 4. Now add 2 both sides, right? So 2 minus 2 is 0. P is less than equal to 6. Option number 1 is the correct option. That is option number 1. The next one is solve for g. So now let's just solve for g. That is 5 plus 2g is less than negative 1. So subtract 5 both sides. 2g plus 5 minus 5, negative 1 minus 5, negative 5 cancel out. 2g is less than negative 6, so g is less than equal to, g is less than negative 3. Got it? So the correct option is g is less than negative 3, right? Okay, the next one is solve for q. So which is the correct option? Which is the correct option? Option number 2 is the correct option, right? Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move on to next lesson, that is solve multi-step inequalities. So same way you did two steps, now you have more than two steps, right? The first one is, let's just start with the test questions. You can have a look on the tutorial by yourself later today, right? Okay, 2c minus 3 is less than equal to negative 7, right? So let's just evaluate for c. So that is, you need to add 3 both sides. 2c minus 3 plus 3, negative 7 plus 3. 3 minus 3 is 0. You are left with 2c is less than equal to negative 4. So that is c is less than equal to negative 2. Option number 1 is the correct option, right? Option number 1 is the correct option. Solve for r. 4 plus negative 1 r greater than 5. So which is the correct option? Option number 1 is the correct option, right? That is r is less than negative 1 because 5 minus 4 is 1. Okay, the next one is solve for g, that is negative 3g plus 2 is greater than equal to 5. So you need to subtract 2 both sides, right? So 2 minus 2, that is negative 3g is greater than equal to 3. Divide both sides by 3, so that is g is greater than negative 1. Got it? The correct option is option number 1, that is g is greater than negative 1. G is, oh, that is g is less than equal to negative 1 because negative 3g is greater than 3, right? So that would be negative 3g is less than equal to negative 1. Option number 2 is the correct option. That would be less than because negative 3g equals 1, right? So you have to sub negative 1 other side, so that is g is less than equal to negative 1. Okay, solve for f, which is the correct option. So let's just solve. That is, you need to subtract 8 both sides. That is 8 minus 8 minus 2f greater than equal to 10 minus 8. So 8 and 8 cancel out. Negative 2f is greater than 2. F is less than equal to negative 1. Option number 2 is the correct option. Got it? The correct option is option number 2. That is f is less than equal to negative 1. Okay, the next one is solve for h. So which is the correct option? Option number 2 is the correct option. That is h is less than negative 5. Option number 2 is the correct option. 1, negative 3. Oh, option number 1 is the correct option. Sorry. That's option number 1. Okay, solve for b. b divided by negative 1 plus 1 is less than equal to 5. So which is the correct option? So which is the correct option? You have to subtract 1 both sides. That is b divided by negative 1 plus 1 minus 1. That is 5 minus 1, right? 1 minus 1 is cancel out. B divided by negative 1 is less than 4. So multiply one other side. That would be b is greater than equal to negative 4. Option number 1 is the correct option. Got it? Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move on to next lesson. That is solve graph solutions to multi-step inequalities. Now we're going to learn how do we graph them. Let's just start with the test questions. You can have a look on the tutorial by yourself later today. 1 is less than equal to j divided by negative 3 minus 1. Let's just solve, right? Add 1 both sides, right? Because you need to remove that one. So add 1 both sides. 1 plus 1 j by negative 3 minus 1 plus 1. Plus 1 minus 1 cancel out. 2 is less than equal to j over negative 3 multiply negative 3 other side. So that is j is greater than equal to negative 6. Option number 1 is the correct option, right? Option number 1 is the correct option, right? So you just have to evaluate and then you have to see which is the correct option, right? The graph given. Solve the inequality and graph the solution. That is 2z minus 8 is greater than equal to negative 4. So that is 2z minus 8 plus 8 negative 4 plus 8. 0 it is. 2z is greater than equal to 4. So z is greater than equal to. Now you have to divide both sides by 2. So z is greater than equal to 2, which is the correct option. The correct option is option number 2 is the correct option. Okay, solve the inequality and graph the solution. So which is the correct option? That is c divided by negative 1 minus 1. Add 1 both sides. So that is 0, 2. So you have to multiply one other side. So that would be c is greater than equal to negative 2, right? So which is the correct option? Option number 1 is the correct option, right? Solve the inequality and graph the solution. So which is the correct option? You need to add 5 both sides, right? So r is greater than 3. 3 is greater than r. So which is the correct option? That means r is less than 3. So which is the correct option? Option number 1 is the correct option. Got it? Solve the inequality and graph the solution. So which is the correct option? Option number 2 is the correct option, right? Solve the inequality and graph the solution. So which is the correct option? Option number 1 is the correct option. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. So we were working on grade 8 math. The chapter we were working on is one variable inequalities, and the lessons we have covered today are solve two-step inequalities, solve multi-step inequalities, graph solutions to multi-step inequalities, and graph solutions to two-step inequalities. So please make sure before the next session you can complete all the practice questions for the lessons we just did. That is your homework until next session. So if you need more help with any of the lesson, you can simply click on the live chat button. Tutors are available there to help you. Or either you can join me in the chat box. I'm here to answer all your questions and confusions if you have any. So that's all for today. If you have any questions, you can please ask. I'm here to answer all your questions and confusions if you have any. No questions? Okay, then that's all.